know me.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about a couple of topics in reference to the 24-hour recall diet that we did a few weeks ago. So I've already picked a few topics here, and we can talk about any of these topics, but you can also choose one. So depending on if you like any of these topics, we don't have to talk about any of them. We can talk about whatever you would like to do or talk about today. So the first circle that I have right here is good exercise. And this is again based off of the diet recall. I incorporated exercise into your caloric intake. High sodium intake, whole grains, and potassium. And so I left this one open so you could decide if you want to talk about anything in relation to that 24-hour recall day. Or in your diet in general, it doesn't matter. Are any of these topics of interest to you?
High sodium intake.
High sodium intake. Alrighty. So, how normal was this day for you? Thinking back, I remember we were talking and you said that you were a little bit busier than you thought like a normal day would go. Is that right?
Yeah. But I felt like it was a transitional period into my schedule now being just busy.
Okay. So a transitional period from starting in general, or like starting the job, or
In general.
in general? It was just a busy day.
Well, like, my schedule before wasn't as busy, but it's been gradually getting busier to where that's normal now. Like, it's naturally gotten, I guess you could say, like, worse.
Why do you want to say worse?
Busy-wise.
Like more busy in a good way or in a bad way?
I don't have that much time to think about myself, really.
What parts of your day are getting busier?
My workload.
Okay. So it sounds like there's a gradual busyness happening.
Yes.
On a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. What can you do is there anything that you can do to make it not as busy?
Yeah, I always feel like there's something you can do, but my mind has these developed habits of things that I want already, and they're convenient and easy to get, so I get them right away.
What are those things that you're talking about that are easy and convenient?
Like, since I work in a restaurant, the food in the restaurant's right there.
Okay.
I'd say the healthiest thing I probably eat is on lunch because it's while I'm day trading. And just run to the I'll get run to the food market real quick and grab food.
And that day, from what I remember, you had a turkey sandwich, or not turkey, tuna sandwich?
Tuna.
Okay. I remember that. Okay. So, are you feeling like because of how busy you are, your food choices are limited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess a good analogy would be like a kid in school. How often does a kid in school eat good and really healthy?
Like,
with loads of homework.
A child? Or just in general? A student?
Let's say a college student.
Yeah, I know the struggle.
See?
It's hard. It's not easy. Okay, so I think I have a better understanding of where you're coming from now because, like I said earlier, it seemed like you were having a busier day because I remember you mentioning that last time. And so I think that could be a part of why you may have had a little bit more sodium than normal. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, especially because of jambalaya.
The jambalaya.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that on the food and calories report. That was a little hot. So, just to make sure I'm correct, this wasn't a normal day. You're gradually getting busier with your schedule, and it's happening on a daily basis. And you're leaning more towards grabbing the convenient foods because it's a habit for you. Okay.
It's developed into a habit.
It's developed into a habit. Okay. Alrighty, so...
Especially since my car accident.
Why do you say that?
Well, because before my car accident, I was fighting. I was actually eating better. And then after the car accident happened, everything kind of... I felt like, oh, I'm on a break right now. I could cheat. I'll get back into it. But then I couldn't go back to fighting. So.
Yeah, it's a little different. The lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Because of it, yeah. I get what you're saying. And that was definitely a hard time, so... But that doesn't mean you can't get back to where you were.
I don't know.
Okay. So, in reference to the sodium intake... I want to ask you a few more questions just to see how important this specific topic is to you. So I have this little chart here. And on a scale of 0 to 10, how important is your sodium intake to you? Let's say, in general. We won't go like on a daily basis yet because I feel like right now you're really busy.
I would say 8, but as of concern to me right now, maybe like a 6. Just because I'm not mentally focused on it.
Okay.
Like, I know it's of importance to me, but I guess it's hard to describe.
So did you choose a 6 or an 8?
Well, I said both. I said 8 because I know how important it is. But my actions show a 6 because I'm so busy that my health hasn't been my main priority.
Okay.
Like, I know how important it is. I know.
You're aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But life is life.
Life gets busy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you've kind of answered my next question of why you chose these numbers. You just explained to me why you chose these numbers. So that's good. And then, why do you think you didn't choose something lower, like a 2 or a 3? Because you're on the higher end of the spectrum. You're over halfway. So, it's of some importance to you.
Well, it has to be. I have celiac and I have diabetes since I was 7 and 8 years old, so it's just been embedded into me.
Okay, so...
It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. That's where a lot of people get it wrong, too.
Okay. So, why didn't you choose something lower, though?
Because I know of how much importance it is to me. But I know that because of my daily living, I may not be able to do things that I would want to do as if I wasn't busy.
Something I just had a thought of is, you do know the importance, and you know that your actions aren't showing it. So I'm like thinking in my head, are you gaining more responsibilities throughout the day?
What do you mean?
Like, are you getting more tasks that you need to accomplish?
Well, I mean, like this morning, for example, if I had 810 go into a stock, I don't want to just walk away from the computer and lose 410 minutes.
So does that stress you out? Are you feeling stressed?
Yeah, day trading is highly stressful.
Okay. Tell me more a little bit about your trading. Like your trading and how it affects how you're feeling.
So it's different than, let's say, like I was teaching AJ. It's fake money. Everything is real, but it's not at the same time because you don't have the emotional aspect behind it. It's not yours that you've earned and you could lose in about 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like my entire account I can lose in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all day. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. That's if you're gambling. But those stresses are what keeps me glued to the computer because that's what's getting me further in life. But with that, with my diabetes and everything, I also have to take care of myself, which I know this, or else I won't have a life to even use that with. So there does have to be a balance, but it's just life is about sacrifices. Sometimes you have to sacrifice one thing to get somewhere.
What is it that you're sacrificing right now to get where you want to go?
Partially my health.
Okay. And so, back to the ruler, do you think that because this is of importance to you that you could possibly modify it? Because this wasn't a normal day too, and we always have to consider that. Because if it was a normal day, I think things would be different, and I think you do too. So, let's say it's just a fairly normal day. Stressors aren't as high. Trading is going okay, because it sounds like trading is kind of influencing me, possibly.
This is a major influence because right when I'm done with trading, I go straight to my other job.
Yeah, so
it's like I go to one job, I wake up, I start one job, I finish that, I get ready, get something to eat, go to my next job, come back home, go to bed, wake up, and then I do the same exact thing.
Okay.
One job's 5 days a week, the other one's 6 days a week.
So your stressors are very high at the moment.
Technically, I don't have a break off work. If I have a break on one day, I'm working the other job.
Sure.
If I'm not working that job, I'm working the other job. I never really have a day off.
And
I haven't in about like 2 months. 2.5 months. That's a long time to not have a day off. Always constantly thinking about something. Always.
And it adds up over time. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like I understand a little bit more about how you're feeling. So, in reference to the sodium intake, you were almost twice the amount of what's recommended, which, again, this is a very general, it's on my plate, so it's a very general application of the actual sodium intake that you should have. But because it's twice the amount, it's a little bit concerning because, again, like you said, you do have your celiac and you do have your diabetes, and I'm sure they affect it to some extent. So what I want to do next is create something together that can help you go into a better direction where this isn't going to be a frequent occurrence, because we only have seen one day of it. So I don't know how often this is happening, and you're aware of how much salt you're eating, but then again, you're not at the same time, I think, because of how stressed you are, because you're just trying to it seems like you're just trying to find food, like, depending, because you sound very crunched on time. So what I want to do is make a goal, something.
One thing I find too is that I'm so engaged into my work by the time I officially want to get something to eat, it's not that I want to get something to eat, it's that I need to eat.
Okay. Yeah, you're hungry.
Yeah, and even when I get something to eat, it's not I'm hungry, it's like, oh, okay, I'm starving right now, I need to go get food, come back, and then work while I eat.
So, using a lot of brain power.
Well, yeah, and I'm also ignoring my hunger because I feel that there's something more important right in front of me. Right. And sadly, that's how society is starting to make us feel.
I feel like that all the time. I have to consciously be aware to eat sometimes. More often than not, I bring a buttload of snacks, so there's no excuse. Which I like food anyway, so it works out fine. But, so I want to move forward in making a very small goal, just to kind of get you going in a direction that I think you would prefer to go into, from what it sounds like. And it's something that you can achieve on a daily basis, or maybe we can do a weekly basis, depending on what direction you want to go into. So I believe, according to your report, the jambalaya was of high sodium, and then I don't really think there wasn't anything else that was super high. I think that one kind of took. The other things that you ate were relatively high, but they were like good. They weren't excessive. It's just because you ate certain things on top of the jambalaya. So, and you're not eating jambalaya on a frequent basis, correct?
No, that thing's so expensive.
We're talking about working money. Jambalaya. Did you get a discount at least?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. At least it's not. It's still expensive though. How much is it?
It depends. If I get a discount from a manager, it's 50%, so it's like $9. But if I go to the back chef who really likes me, I just give him $5 and he cooks it for me.
Oh my gosh! I didn't realize that was that expensive. I don't go there very often, so. But
It's like $19.
You're there every day. Okay. So what I would like to create is something very easy and basic. So something that we can look at is we're going to talk about sodium. So sodium is our main goal here. And then what we want to do is, because we already know a majority of it came from the jambalaya, if we take that out of the equation, and let's just kind of look at all the other foods. You had your tuna sandwich. What else did you have?
Just a couple of fries.
Oh yeah, you had fries. That's right. That would definitely have some salt.
Blue cheese.
Mm-hmm. The blue cheese.
What else did I have?
You had your fruit punch. You had your white mocha. The mocha probably had a good amount of salt in it.
Had a good amount of sodium.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you didn't. That was pretty much it, right? Sounds about right. So, thinking about all those foods that you've eaten, it sounds like a lot of them are processed. They're not whole foods or raw foods. So, what we may be able to do is incorporate some of those more raw whole foods into your diet to supplement those other foods that you'll be eating. Something that we also have to think about is you'll have to eat a lot more of the whole raw foods to get the satiety or the fullness of it, like you would with the fries, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's something that you can take slowly and comfortably and work into your daily or weekly routine.
Well, the thing about me was when I was fighting, I'm fighting with raw stuff.
Yeah, no. Like, I remember you juiced a lot.
And everything, so I'm already familiar, so it should be easy.
Yeah. So, because the whole and raw foods, again, this is why I chose these specifically, is they're really low in salt anyways. Even if you eat a lot of it. Yeah, you can have broccoli. Yeah, that's perfect. What about, so whole raw foods. You could do fruits, vegetables. You just said broccoli. That's a good start.
Carrots.
What are your favorite vegetables besides those? Do you like sweet potatoes?
Kale.
Yeah. So of these three that we just got right here, which one is your favorite?
Broccoli.
And you eat it raw, plain, crunchy?
Raw.
Yeah.
Carrots, I'll eat raw.
So
Kale, I'll eat raw.
I don't like kale raw. Kale's strong.
You can take the leaves off of the stem, but you lose massive amounts of nutrition.
Yeah. So let's work with broccoli because I think that's a good one. It has something else that you were a little bit low on in your nutrients report was your folate, which I believe broccoli has a good amount of that. So maybe, and potassium too has a little bit in there. So we can incorporate this one food to accommodate 3 different aspects, which works out nice because it's your favorite vegetable. So do you think that maybe aiming at 3 to 4 times a week, incorporating this as maybe a snack into your weekly diet, or do you want to go maybe daily?
Let's do daily.
Okay, so we're reaching for the stars, huh? We're gonna do it.
No, we're not reaching for the stars. I'm just doing what? How would you put it? Just doing what I used to do.
Okay. So,
reaching for stars is something you haven't done before. That's how I see it.
That's true. I guess I was a little zealous with my words. So, broccoli. So you want to do it daily?
Yeah.
Once a day?
No, twice a day.
Twice a day?
It won't be hard since I like doing it, but it's just something I'm going to have to, like, consciously be aware about.
So twice a day?
Giving me more responsibility, look at you.
I was saying once, 3 times a week. You're the one who wants twice a day.
It's okay.
If that's what you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it needs to happen anyway.
Why does it need to happen?
Because, see, with all of this, I'll test my A1C, and we'll see where it's at, and then after this, I'll give my A1C on the next video.
This is our last video together.
Sorry, guys.
But you're ambitious, which is good. So, eat broccoli twice a day.
Well, tell me it would not be nice to actually, like, see result with the experiment being done.
Well,
It would just benefit.
Yeah.
I know, but it's nice to see in the training as well, like, oh,
that it made a difference.
It made a difference. I actually felt what it feels like to make a difference. So I got the hands-on experience with the emotional concept. Just like I was talking about earlier with trading with paper money, you don't have the emotional aspect with it.
Mm-hmm.
You actually do it and you see the result and it's real, then you have the emotional aspect. It makes it more real, it makes you want to do it more.
Okay. So, we'll do twice a day. It's pushing it a little, but I trust you to do it. And then, how long do you want to do this for? Do you want to do it for a month? 2 months? 3 months?
Do it for a month.
A month? Okay, I think that's a good idea. And then I can check back on you to see how it goes.
Check my weight too. Put my weight over.
What's your weight?
We'll put 200.
Okay.
I'll double check and then I'll put it back.
Okay. So, it sounds like today we accomplished a lot. I have a better understanding of where you're coming from as far as your stressors and your responsibilities. Slowly, well, it seems like they're actually getting faster now. It's happening faster. Your responsibilities are coming faster. So, I think it was gradual there for a minute, and then it kind of all just happened at once. So
yeah, because at first I was just a server. Now they moved me up into like the bar and cocktail, and then they make me a trainer. So now I'm responsible for people's orientations.
Mm-hmm. So the added,
and I still have trading.
yeah. So responsibilities in the last couple of months have been increasing, and you have become aware that it is affecting what you're eating. But
I've always been aware.
But you know deep down inside that's not how you want to do things. So for that reason, I think this goal will be good because it's something that you enjoy already. You can do it twice a day, and then we can take a look at how things go because we'll be doing it for a month long, and then we can maybe check back up and see where you're at.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for participating. And do you have any other questions or comments or anything?
It's just crazy how becoming a slave to society can make you forget about the most important things in life. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Well, thank you for participating, and we will check back up on how things work.